Welcome to another episode of In the Toy Box. Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Kevin.
Today we'll be discussing Batman TV toys from the 1966 television series. I'm going to begin with Mego. This was the only company that made toys that resembled the TV show. They had Batman and Robin and other characters as villains, Joker, Riddler, Catwoman, Penguin, and they also had Batgirl. So they had all the major characters. They had, the accessories. They had the Batmobile, they had the Batcave, all that kind of fun stuff to play with as a kid. The only thing that was kind of not wrong with it, but they had a generic appearance. So the Batman and Robin did not resemble Burt Ward and Adam West, but they did look like Batman and Robin.
Yep.
Good things about Mego is that the fabric costume was pretty cool. It was spot on with the comic version. They're very posable figures. And one of the things I like is if you broke a figure, you could actually remove the head of a figure that was not broken and put it on your favorite figure.
There you go.
So if I broke Batman today and I had a Riddler lying around, I could take Riddler's head off, put Batman's head on there, dress him as Batman, and you're all set and good to go. So I love that because these figures did break with normal playware.
Nice.
One of my favorite Mego figures was Robin. And I love the box that he came in. It came in a green box with orange letters. And I just loved it because it reminded me of the Miami Dolphins, which was also one of my favorite teams.
Oh, perfect.
So, but anyway.
Yeah.
Good figures.
Yep. And about 40 years later, you got a couple other figures emerging. This is around 2012, 2013. You have the Mattel line. They produced Batman, Robin. They had a few of the villains. They had a painted body, so no fabric costume. They're a 6-inch line. They're pretty nice and very posable. And you also have Figures Toy Company, which is an online-based company that produced, I believe they're 8-inch. They're almost exactly like the Mego figure, but their likeness to the characters are like spot on. The faces have a ton of detail.
That's incredible.
Costumes are really nice. I just want to state that they did come in a clamshell box. These boxes are available through them as well, but I think it's more of an after purchase. I don't think they are included.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else do we have on the table?
We also have the Hot Toys Batman, which we'll go into more detail later in the show. But as you can see, he's probably the best version available at this time. Him and the Robin look just like Adam West and Burt Ward. Not only the faces, but the costumes they're exact replicas. I mean, they're incredible. And they also come with many accessories as well. This is the top of the line to the right, Hot Toys.
Absolutely.
As far as Figures Toy Company, they're really good. You got the heroes, and you get tons and tons of villains.
Yeah, we'll get into those later too.
Yeah. In 1966, Adam West and Burt Ward starred in Batman, the TV series, a campy version of Batman. There was action for the kids who watched and humor for the adults to enjoy. It was a hit. In 2014, Hot Toys celebrated the TV show by producing an uncanny likeness of both Adam West and Burt Ward as 1/6 scale action figures. Batman features an incredible likeness to Adam West. The Batman costume is awesome. This action figure also comes with multiple faces with different expressions and interchangeable hands. Accessories include a batarang, shock repellent, a bat communicator, and a bomb that Batman must dispose of, as in the Batman movie. Robin resembles Burt Ward, and his costume is completely accurate. This action figure also comes with bat cuffs, batarang, interchangeable hands, and a bat communicator. He displays well and is ready for action. The exceptional quality to detail by Hot Toys is recreated to perfection. This is truly a dynamic duo. In the Toy Box took our show on the road. Our very special guest, Joe Rebello, is known for being an expert in karate. But here's something else he likes: Batman and Batman toys. Let's meet him. Destination Hobbies. Are we there yet?
Welcome to Destination Hobbies. We're here with Joe Rebello in his fabulous dojo on Hatch Street Studios in New Bedford. And he is an avid Batman collector.
Avid. Yeah, definitely addicted. Yeah, it's so much fun. It's such a joy finding the different figures, things I grew up with, things as an adult I go, why didn't I have this when I was a kid? You know, and that's really a big motivation of it.
You have it now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you know, it ends up being like that moment in Spaceballs where Darth Helmet, I didn't see you playing with your dolls. You know,
I thought you were going to say I'm surrounded by Batmans.
No, that's not a bad thing in life. I tell you, there are worse things that could happen.
Absolutely, and you have more than just Batman figures. You have Batman artwork, and
there's always been certain items that I see of the figure, and it all starts off with artwork.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
Sure.
Again, and there's so many Elseworlds. Like we had one here of the cyborg Batman from one of the Elseworlds.
Yes, that is a really cool figure. It's the very small one on the table, if you can see it.
And as you saw, you could actually set up the eye where the cybernetic eye actually works, so you can actually look through.
Right,
one.
when sunlight hits it right, it looks like the eye is glowing.
Exactly.
Very cool. Do you get a lot of inspiration for your martial arts from Batman?
Very much so. I mean, people kind of laugh at that sometimes, but it really is because Batman is the consummate martial artist, and the key ingredient is he won't kill.
That's right.
And it is the fact that at some point in certain comics he has in one way or another, but it's the fact that as a rule, because of the death of his parents, and what I really love about that is how much he loved his parents. I love my mom. My mom passed away recently of leukemia.
Sorry to hear that.
It was one, but she was always encouraged. She never discouraged me from getting the toys. She never discouraged me from doing comics or learning martial arts. So I could definitely relate to Batman as a character in regards to that.
I can see a lot of similarities between you two, Batman and you. You're both very friendly and very dangerous.
You consider Batman friendly?
I would say so. I mean, what is his billionaire alter ego
that's
or
Bruce
ego?
Wayne.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's Bruce Wayne.
Well, you're not donning any of your.
When I'm in my karate uniforms, I'm definitely in my when I'm in my pajamas and my martial arts outfits. Yeah, I'm Batman.
That's right.
We talked to her, and you asked me earlier about what were my favorite toys. I some of them I like just because they do stuff.
Right.
Like, okay, we've got the one here in front of us, Batman, right? So again, you push the button in the back and
villains beware. Batman is here.
That's just cool. Okay, the wings come up, it says something.
Deploy.
One particular figure or figures that interested me was this set here of Batman and Robin, and if you look at it, it has like their shadows in the background and like a stone wall. Where did this piece come from?
Originally, this is a piece I believe that came out in the 1990s, and you'll notice that most of my figures are out of box, with occasional exceptions. But somehow the box got damaged. But I always loved this image. If you remember, for those of you who may be a little older, the classic Batman film starring Adam West and Burkett Ward, and the whole section had them and the villains running through the streets and whatnot, and spotlights hitting the characters.
Right.
In the opening credits, and I always thought that was so cool, and it had been used once or twice as comic book covers for the dynamic duo. I found, and the other action I liked about it, I liked that it's a cloth cape, so it pulls slightly over to show the whole hidden aspect of the figure.
Okay.
And if you look, Robin, each one of them is holding a Batarang, and Robin is holding his unique Robin-style Batarang. This is the Timothy Drake Robin after Jason Todd had died, and he decided to accept another Robin in.
Robin 3, right?
Robin 3.
Yes.
Right. Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and then Timothy Drake. And I love how they even, if you can see close enough, it's a textured plastic background to show the brick face. So it isn't just like a flat piece of paper with a diorama on it, or just a plain bit. It's actually, carved, textured look to it. And then when I saw that, I said, I have to leave it the way it is.
Yeah, it has like a gritty look to it. It's nice.
Exactly, and it has that classic dynamic duo look to it. And it's an excellent piece to pick. I really, and they're not easy to get either, folks. Especially in the original box.
Well, thank you for letting us into your world of Batman and martial arts. It's been really interesting.
And here's the rampant plug. Also, check me out on Martial Arts Today Television and Rebello's Kempo Karate on your local cable system.
We sure will. All right, now let's take a look at some Batmobiles. And in front of me, I have, from the Mattel line, a beautiful rendition of a Batmobile with all the bells and whistles, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yep, it's got a lot of accessories in it. So you get the bat phone, you get the fire extinguisher. Most of it's labeled, beautiful pinstriping, and you can really play with this one too. It's pretty hefty, it's pretty durable. Really nice, it fits the figures well, and it's a great likeness of the vehicle. In front of that, the smaller one, is a Hot Wheels remote control car. And again, good likeness. It's got a lot of the accessories, rubber tires, and of course you can play with that one as well, and it works very well. I didn't even know Hot Wheels made remote control cars.
No, I didn't either.
But apparently they do, and they make a darn good Batmobile. And what do you have in front of you?
In front of me, I have the Polo Lights Batmobile, which is a snap-together kit. It comes already painted with the pinstripe and the decals already on it, so it's an easy assembly.
Now, is that metal or is that plastic?
It's plastic.
Okay.
It also comes with Batman and Robin, and it's pretty detailed. It's a good model. Then we have the Mego Batmobiles, the larger one for the 8-inch line and the smaller one for the 3-inch line. And these are pretty much toys. They look like toys.
Yeah, they're not an exact replica. They're
Right.
more of like just streamlined for the toys.
I mean, when I was a kid and this is all that was available to play with, it was good enough for mommy.
Yeah, they look a lot like them, but they're just off a hair.
But there's quite a difference between that and what we got over there with Mattel and Hot
Right.
Wheels. It's just there's no comparison.
Agreed.
I mean, the attention to detail over there is just superb.
Agreed.
And then we have some unique Batmobiles to mention. This one over in the middle of us is a 1/6 scale Batmobile, which will fit most 12-inch figures. Seated inside it is a Adam West custom figure, which the head looks like it was like a pre-mold that had to be painted.
Sure.
And the costume is pretty good. It's not as good as the Hot Toys, but it's pretty cool. I don't know who made it. We tried to figure out who made this, but we couldn't come up with anything. But all that it comes, like he said, in one-piece mold with the tires and the decals, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Another unique one to mention would be the Mezco Batmobile. Mezco is very cartoony looking. They have very cherubic figures, and the Batmobile definitely looks almost the same way. It's almost like a chubby looking Batmobile.
it is. It's pretty neat. Above that, we have the Figures Toy Company Batmobile, which we have the Mego Batman and Robin sitting on the box, and it's pretty much an exact replica of the Mego Batmobile from the 70s. It's
Yep.
just now it's the newer version,
Very
but
cool.
they pretty much just like the same mold.
Yep.
To the right of that is the Funko Batmobile, which also features Batman and Robin figures.
Yep.
And the car is pretty cool. We didn't have the luxury of taking it out of the box, but it looks pretty decent
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah. It definitely has some detail to it.
And the last one that's there is the we're not sure what company makes it, but it comes with a Batman and Robin, and it comes they're bendy figures.
Yep.
And the detail, it's pretty similar to the Polo Lights model that I have in front of me. It's
Sure.
almost the same size. The figures look pretty similar. The only difference is one's a toy and one's a model. And another difference is that this one has rolling wheels, whereas the other one doesn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a drawback. If you have a car, the wheels should roll.
I agree.
So I'm going to put it out there.
Awesome.
What are you listening to? This Remco transistor radio I made myself. Want to listen? Gee, the ball game. It's a real radio and it works great. Could I build one too? Sure. Remco makes it real easy. All you have to do is put together all the parts that come in the Remco kit. The transistor, the tuner, and a separate loudspeaker for broadcasting. Can you do your own broadcasting, too? Yeah, sure. I'll do the announcing with this microphone while you work the radio. This is radio station REMCO, Remco, the do-it-yourself radio station. Oh, boy, we're radio engineers!
Let's take a lined-up look at the criminal cast. The Joker, a green-haired, purple-suited clown who is constantly cackling as he leaves behind jokes as clues to his next offense. The Penguin, this waddling, chain-smoking menace likes to commit crimes using a plethora of booby-trapped umbrellas. Catwoman, a purring feline female after Gotham City's riches, equipped with 9 lives and a whip. The Riddler, this question-marked costumed villain likes to cause confusion with riddles as clues to his next unlawful act. Mr. Freeze, a cold-hearted crook who thrives at low temps and is equipped with a freeze-blasting ray. Egghead, this egg-citing bald-headed genius, executes his egg Regis plans with egg-related themes. The Mad Hatter, a formally dressed, cap-donning criminal with an obsession for hijacking headgear. The Bookworm, a highly educated fiend whose well-read wrongdoings are all related to literature. Shame, this half-wit of the Wild West tried to take down the Caped Crusaders with his own pig-headed posse. King Tut, an accidental blow to the head caused this polite professor to become a nefarious pharaoh felon. Thanks for joining us in the Batcave, and we're here talking about Batcaves. And we got 2 in front of us. They're from Figures Toy Company. The one I have directly in front of me is made to replicate that of the Mego toy line that came out in the 70s. It's really nice. It comes in 2 pieces. They are made of a cardboard that's encased in like a plastic, and they kind of fold together and snap together with buttons. This left piece, or this piece right here in front of me, actually has the entrance to the Batcave that I can open up. The Batmobile can drive right through here. It should fit right through.
Oh, it fits.
Yeah. And normally these would be kind of facing each other, and you just park right there. You know, I don't know how you get upstairs, but to get down, you'd take the bat pole.
Right.
This one just has a single bat pole, and so they would have to go single file down this one, I guess. Comes with a bat computer, as you can see, in cardboard. It has features that are more comic booky or cartoony. Like all the backgrounds are just kind of hand drawn and very monotone, I feel like.
Yep.
But they're still nice. The back of this box displays like a cliff, which is kind of where the entrance of the Batcave would be, I suppose. It also comes with the bat light feature, which is really cool.
Yep. And
what do you have over here?
Well, last year, Figures Toy Company came out with this Batcave, which is supposed to resemble the TV show. It's supposed to be, you know, a better replica of it.
Yep.
And they had, instead of having the picture of the bat boat in the background, they decided to go with the atomic power source, which is featured in the Batcave and the TV show as well. They had the Bat computer and some of the other stuff that you see in the actual TV show out front. So it's to add to the detail of this toy.
Absolutely does.
And they remedied the problem of the one bat pole because Robin was getting left behind. So we had 2 bat poles so they could both get down at the same time, get in the Batmobile and out of the Batcave.
Perfect.
So on the back of this one is pictures of Wayne Manor, which is pretty cool. And this one is actually 3 pieces as opposed to the one prior to it, which is 2 pieces. It comes with a piece just like this one here for the entrance of the Batcave, and that one you would put sideways and you'd comprise the entire toy. So the Batmobile would fit right here and then drive out through the entrance or exit, as it may be.
Yeah, and they're pretty fun to play with, correct? Did you have one of these as a kid?
I had one of those. I play with it all the time. Everything. I had, you know, the heroes, Batman and Robin. I had the villains. I had the car. Even a Batcopter I think I had. But
really?
Amigo came out with everything.
This is like a landing pad, correct? Isn't it? On this other side?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Mego came out with so much Batman stuff. I think the creator was a Batman fan himself. So it was a lot of fun playing with that toy. But had I had this toy today, I think I'd be playing with it just as much.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. And they definitely could probably travel well too. They definitely fold up pretty small. They fit
Yeah.
in a really small kind of compartment. Easy to tote and bring to a friend's house.
Right.
Cool.
So thank you for joining us here in the Bat Cave.
Cool.
Or shall I say Bat Caves?
Welcome to the current toy review, and today we're talking about Mego Batman. We've got four Mego Batman in front of us, I should say. We got the new one from 2018, and we got some old ones to compare it to. So Matt, why don't you tell us what you love about these Batman? I know you love them too.
I love them because as a kid, my favorite toy action figure was Mego. Now in 2018, just last year, Mego came back and they created these 14-inch figures. And I just think they're great. As far as costume-wise, I think they're spot on.
Yeah.
I think they did a great job. The action figure themselves seems, very posable. He can bend his arms, bend his knees, turn his head from side to side. I think it's really cool. And then they came out with the blue one, and slightly different because in the comic books and in the movies he has a different look. So they went with that.
I also am a huge fan. I love Batman. I always have. The new ones, like you said, they made them bigger than the old ones. And to me, when you're making a big figure, the bigger you make them, the better. Great body mold on them, so they look really buffed up, but not too crazy. There are a couple things I wasn't huge on, which was in this first one we talked about earlier, the head is a little bit smaller and they gave him a bigger neck. They also put him in this box you can see right here, which has a bit bigger of a top part, and when he's inside of it, you can't even see his eyes. which was a bit of a downfall. But a month later or so, they released that blue, more comic book version, gave him a bigger head sculpt, and the box, they remedied that too.
Yeah, they adjusted the box.
So that's nice. They come with some accessories, correct?
Yep. One came with a grappling hook, and the other a batarang.
Yep. The old ones, the mobility on it is just as nice as those. They do have a lot of elastic joints in them. I don't know if you can see, if I push this in, you see how the shoulders get bigger. That's
Right.
elastic in there. There's elastic in that stomach area.
The torso.
I don't know that these are like that. I don't think so. You can almost see a bend here where they have some sort of other mechanism in there that keeps it nice and tight and probably would last a lot longer. Whereas these, I've seen these, this one's not so bad that you can lift the arm and it'll drop because everything's so loose in there. So it is nice that they revisited the old toy, kept it similar, but really did revamp it and make it a little nicer. The old one on the costume has the emblem that's sewn on. I enjoy that look, although we discussed earlier as well that sometimes that would fall off.
Right.
So I'm sure that's a reasoning why they printed these on. The face sculpts on these, not so much though.
Yeah,
That's really where it lacks.
I never liked the face sculpts on the 12-inch Batman, the magnetic or the regular version.
Right.
The 8-inch, to me, the 8-inch Batman was slightly better because the 8-inch you actually had the Batman with the removable mask too, the removable cowl,
That is awesome.
and that to me was the best one. But as far as head sculpts, I think the newer ones actually represent Batman much better.
Yeah. They have a more aggressive look, whereas this guy looks a little more friendly. And this guy just looks like he doesn't know which way he's going.
Right.
Yeah. Now, if you had to rate these out of 5 toy boxes, 5 being the best, 1 being not so good, how do you rate these?
I would rate it a 5.
I didn't see that coming.
Yep. I'd rate it a 5 because I think it's a great looking toy. I think it has a lot to offer. It's very posable. It has one accessory. I mean, you really don't need a lot.
No.
It just looks great. It feels great, and it's just overall, I think it's a great toy. And you? What do you think?
I would say if I had to rate it, which we do, I'm going to give it a half point off on the box, so 4.5 from me.
Okay.
I love these toys. They really did a good job. Like I said, huge fan of the cloth, the sculpt on the face. You can find similar toys to this that they just have a hard plastic body. They're very rigid. Definitely, they know how to make a quality figure. I just prefer the old box. They have it's just really bright, bold. Speaks to me more than these boxes, and that's my only real issue. If they could do something with this extra flap again or something, I don't know. I'd be a little bit bigger of a fan. So why don't you join us next time on the Current Toy Review, and we'll talk about toys.